Some Cobb County students really excited about another snow day, the third one this year. Does this look familiar, moms and dads? This might have been the reaction you got from your kids. But some parents, are feeling another way. What kind of effect is this having on our kids' education after having so many days off from school? Joining us live via Skype to add perspective is former high school teacher and author Beth Carey. Thank you for joining us this morning, Beth.
My pleasure. Good morning, everybody.
So these school cancellations, do they have an impact on child's learning? They just came back from having that long winter break. They had off for the MLK holiday. They had off last Monday, and now we have some more days off.
Sure, it does. It has an effect for teachers, it has an effect for parents, and it has an effect for students. Students are mainly affected because, you're disrupting their continuity. You're disrupting their concentration, their momentum, and their habits. And a lot of us tend to get into a slump. We do a lot more binge TV watching, staying up late, sleeping in. And then as a result of all of that and missing these days, a lot of times students have to do a lot of self-teaching and self-learning after days off. And that's hard for a lot of kids.
Yeah. I keep hearing from parents and teachers. I know the teachers are feeling stressed when they have to compress everything into a short period of time, just factoring the school vacations. Now they have these snow days as well. And then for parents, it's like, how can I get my kids on a normal schedule? So what impact are these days having on teachers, especially as they're preparing for the big testing coming up in May?
Well, we all have, as teachers, we have deadlines. We have deadlines, whether it's a midterm deadline, it's a deadline of keeping up with our colleagues who are teaching the same matter in the room next door or the school across the county. And so you've got those deadlines. Then you've got the testing deadlines. But the teachers today are so creative. And with our ability to use a lot of the technology that we have, the teachers that go above and beyond, and we have so many good teachers in Georgia that do that. A lot of times, like the elementary school teachers will use what's called a Moto, which is like a Facebook for education, and they will post things online. And as long as kids have access to that, you can have activities for them to do at home, and then you discuss it when you get back to class. Teachers also at high school will do videos where they will actually do a lesson online and then post it on their websites. So students can still be learning when they're at home on these days of, quote, snow.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we saw that last week. But yesterday and today we have seen snow and ice, so we want to recognize that. Any advice you can give to the parents who are feeling some kind of stress from their kids? I mean, with these snow days and even the winter breaks and spring breaks, they're feeling the stress of having to speed up the time in which they have to study for tests and quizzes and get used to a new schedule when they come back from the break. So any advice for parents on how to alleviate this anxiety that the kids are feeling because they're missing these days in school and have to play catch up?
Planning ahead and having a backup plan is obviously the easiest thing to do. Sometimes we have notice, sometimes we don't. But a backup plan is great. If you're lucky enough that you can stay home from work and spend that time with your kids, having communicated with your teacher in advance and knowing what your kids' teachers expect, whether it's because they have established that from day one. You can know that you need to go online and look for activities for them to do at home, or you can create activities for yourself with your kids at home. If you are a parent that needs to go out to work, then sit down with your kid at home and say, look, I know it's a snow day tomorrow and I want you to have some fun on that snow day, but let's also talk about what you can do as far as preparing for the test that I know you have on Friday. Or can you read? This is a good time to work on those long-term projects that the kids tend to wait until the last minute to do. This is a great opportunity to get that all done and put away and then, do other things once the weather warms up.
Okay. All right. Beth Carey, thank you for that.
Sure.
They shouldn't be sitting idle is the point that we got from you this morning. Thank you.
Talk to the kids and make a plan.
Yes. All right, Beth, thank you so much.